meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow. This is the wrong folder. Hi, everybody. Wow. I'm feeling a little bit sleepy and low energy for some reason. But that's okay. Ha 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 ha. Sleepy, low energy, a little bit anxious too, a little bit of anxiety too. What's the most fun thing I did today? Well, it's a stream title. I got my Inkshadow Master E drop from the Jinxie League of Legends tournament. I watched that shit. It was actually very obnoxious and also really funny at times and entertaining and a little bit of an emotional roller coaster. I was cheering for Emeru, but yeah, that Smolder champion is freaking broken right now. Well, it's like hard to say. Is it just broken? I think it's also broken. But I do also think that, yeah, they underestimated XQC, as I think a lot of people seem to do for some reason. I think that, like, I mean, those guys are probably friends, so maybe this doesn't really apply. But I do think the general public treats him like an imbecile. But he does seem, I don't know, smarter than looks would have you believe. Other things I did today that were really fun. I did a YouTube stream this morning for the first time in over a week. I had a lot of fun. I read books and I worked on more Python learning, and it was so exciting. I really, really had a lot of fun with the problem solving. I like it because there's like, it's just like math. There's often, not always, but there's often, maybe always, multiple ways to get to an answer. And I do notice that the key for me really is, I just have to do it. I can't be backseated, or else that ruins the fun for me. But yeah, when I let myself work through a problem and come to my own solution, even if it's not as eloquent as someone else's, even if it's not as like precise as a professional, it makes me wonder, like, if you're a professional, why the hell are you watching me? Like, don't you have better things to do? No offense, but really, I wonder about that. But yeah, it's still a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. And that's about all I could say for fun today. I forgot to finish the dishes that I remember I started last night. I left the utensils to soak, and then I forgot about them. So that was kind of bad. Also, my tummy hurts. Cause I'm bleeding. I'm shedding my uterine lining, I think. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to everyone in the world. Welcome to Love Talk with Mrs. Moonson. This is a daily talk show where the kitten smitten investigates matters in the mind, troubles of the heart, and anime. I go live every day at a variable time. Oh, that was the other most interesting part of my day. So I woke up this morning, got on my computer, and I have that analog clock. I got the analog clock again. And I noticed that the time, the minute hand and the hour hand were overlapping. But they weren't overlapping. So this is going to seem trivial to a lot of people, but for some reason, maybe I knew this at one point and I just forgot about this. It was like kind of eye-opening to me. I think it was, what time was it? Let me think. It was after 9 o'clock, almost 10, and it was like, I want to say like 9:50 something, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, let me think. Yeah, I think it was 9:50 something, and it was perfectly overlapping, and it got me wondering, what are the times of day when the hour hand and the minute hand both perfectly overlap? And you would think, okay, 12 o'clock. Some people mistakenly believe 6:30 is another time that perfectly overlaps, but that's not the case. You can use it as an approximation to say, you can use an approximation and say that for every hour on the clock, if you add another 5 minutes, approximately that time will have the overlap. So like 1:05, 2:10, 3:15, but it's actually not exactly 5 minutes. There's a bit of there's like a second like overhang, and it comes from, it's mathematics, right? So you have one circle, but each hand is moving around the circle at two different speeds. You could think about it like a race. You could think about it like a race between the rabbit. What is it? The rabbit and the tortoise. The tortoise and the hare, where one is going much faster than the other one. And because of that, when the faster hand moves or does a full rotation, it's going to like overlap the slower guy, but it's not necessarily going to be at a perfectly even time every time. Anyway, you can look it up if you want to know exactly what times those are, but actually I can look it up for you as well. Why not? Let me just double check. What times are the hour, a minute, and overlapping? Anyway, I did have fun. So there's a site called Complete Era, and it has a nice article on this, and it's really cool. So you could do approximately blah blah blah, know what the exact times are. At 1 hour, 5 minutes and 27 seconds. At 2 hours, 10 minutes and 54 seconds. At 3:16, 21. at 4:21:49, 5:27:16, 6:32:43, 7:38:10, 8:43:38, 9:49:05, and 10:54:32. So there's a formula you can use, which is 60 divided by 11 times n minutes, where n is the hour. So yeah, that will give you the overlap time, right? Let's see. Where's my calculator? So if we want to calculate, come on. Where's my calculator? Let's double check. 60 divided by 11. Let's say for 4 o'clock times 4, we get 2181. Where is it? Where's the 81? Wait a minute. Am I doing this wrong? 60 divided by 11 times 3, 16. Oh, I think that gives you the... Oh, yeah. Okay, that gives you the... Huh? I don't understand. Oh wait, is it 36 times 60? Wait, is it 0.36 of 60? Oh my god. Okay, that makes more sense. That's what I'm trying to... Okay, whatever. The math checks out. Just you can look it up on your own, but I had fun thinking about that this morning. Don't know why I'm talking to you about that though. What else happened? Yeah, with Python, I'm starting to feel something like growth when I work on the problems and trying to solve them myself. I look at a problem and I'm like, oh man, I don't know this. There's no way I could figure this out. Man, I'm so dumb. My brain is so small. And then I tell myself, it's okay, kitty. Just slow down. Think about it. Then parse it out. It's like really fun. It's really fun. It's enjoyable. Then also, I told you guys yesterday, I'm reading that book called Understanding the Digital World by Brian Cunningham. And today I got to read more about hardware, more about specifically the CPU, RAM, and a little bit about storage. And that was exciting. I want to, more interesting things too. I learned about when the transistor was invented, 1947, by the way. What a transistor is. I've heard that term often before. I had a 12-year-old describe it to me. Still didn't understand it, but today I think I got a little bit closer to understanding. I also find that I'm really interested and curious in ICs, integrated circuits. I like it. I like looking at them. I think they're so cool. I've always thought they were kind of weird and cool, but now I feel like they're even cooler. And I'm regretting my life choices a little bit. I wish I could go back in time, because I feel like how cool would it be to be someone who could design microchips, you know? Because like they have the little logic gates and the little wires, and stuff has to like run through them. And as the technology advances, it's like trying to pack more and more and more power and capability into something that's tinier and tinier and tinier. I don't know, I feel like that could have been really cool to be a part of that. But at the very least, yeah, I look forward to exploring more. There's this YouTuber, Lazy Game Reviews, who I used to watch for his Sims content. And he does a lot of like retro tech, I don't know what you call it. Like, not just unboxings, but sort of like, yeah, deep dives, like taking a look at what they look like or what's going on under the hood. I feel like channels like that I could get more value out of now that I'm starting to understand little parts of like what is going on. Also, some people might think, "Oh, Kat, you're wasting your time. All the every big tech company and others, they're like full swing ahead with the AI hype, talking about how AI is going to replace everyone and everything, and if you're against AI or if you don't use it, you will be left behind. You're gonna be left behind." And I'm not sitting up here saying that they're not right. I will say that they're fucking annoying, especially the ones that anonymously tried to message me bullshit about it. Like, who cares? I'm already behind. I'm already behind. Was I racing? Did it look like I was racing? I'm a fucking VTuber. Anyway, but aside from all that they say, I feel like that's even more of a reason why you should try to learn things. I'm not saying that I'm not saying learning how electronics works is going to help you compete in tomorrow's market. I'm saying that we're all gonna get fucking left behind anyway, unless we're part of the in club. So we might as well learn how to hack the devices, for fun. Even if we can't fight back, we could do it for fun, you know? And maybe not hack them. Maybe we start an open source sex robot doll company. But we're gonna differentiate, because most of the sex bots all look weirdly like, no offense, they look like strippers that boomers would enjoy, with like the huge breasts and like a really um I don't know how to explain this, like tan and blonde, whatever. I'm saying that we take it another route. We do. I'm not saying we would be the first though, because there already are. There are some anime sex dolls, but I feel like, yeah, VTuber anime sex dolls. We start a corpo, and then along with the merch, you could buy your very own. This is a good idea. And then we say that we're selling the sex dolls, but actually, we take a page out of Palantir's book, and we instilled dolls with spyware technology, so we could spy on the customer base and then contract with the U.S. government and other governments, like I guess the UK, Australia. What are all the nanny states? Yeah, Israel. We contact them and get a deal, and we sell the data. Then we become rich. That's how that's gonna work. Today is Moe Manga Menhera Monday. It's my favorite theme of the week, but I don't have a manga for you because I didn't read any this since last week. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. I couldn't. I don't know. I was still reeling from last week's manga. Also, there's just been too much. There's been too much League of Legends for me to watch. Oh, I can't keep up with it all. There's too. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We don't need it today. I also don't have a question for you today, because I'm feeling too anxious and sweaty to read chat. I'm not gonna do it. I'll give you some memes, some Silly Girl Club memes stolen from Silly Girl Club. That's what I just said. In my villain era, I put myself first for once. I hope y'all find your villain era soon like I did. So I chose this one because, oh, it's self-explanatory, isn't it? It's self-explanatory, isn't it? I feel that I was made to feel like focusing on myself is a selfish and bad thing. I was guilt tripped. I'll talk about that later, but you know what? I did say that to start the year I wanted to be in my villain era, but then I forgot about it. But now I feel like I'm actually doing it, and boy, does it feel wonderful. It feels really wonderful to just focus on working harder and getting a little bit better each day. Why do I talk about this so much? It's because being a girl failure isn't sexy. Being a hikikomori, it's not admirable, right? And like, I'm behind my peers. I'm a disappointment to my family. I'm gross. I'm disgusting. I've I've dropped a lot of opportunities. Um, Sometimes, some weeks, it's hard to get out of bed, let alone do anything productive, right? But in this one life, I don't want to live my whole life stuck in a garbage dump that's my bedroom. So, any chance I can take, any chance I could take to try a little bit harder, any chance I could take to like wake up and do a little bit better than I did the day before, I gotta take it. I gotta grab that opportunity by the neck and choke it to death, just like my stepdad wants to do to me. Okay, next one. Sorry, I only operate with these two moods. Oh, I have two moods. Being a silly little goofball, hitting the limit, and going nonverbal. I agree. Yup, that's all. That's why I'm sharing it with you. It's not my fault this Cinnabon chick on Reddit is like, she definitely has borderline, because all of the memes she posts, or at least 80% of them, are really fucking relatable. I could be really happy and silly, and then when I've had enough, I just go quiet. Just like, oh, I can't do it anymore. No more words. I'm done. Shut off. And this is some sort of like, I don't know the terminology for it, but it's definitely maladaptive. I can quite vividly remember. I quite vividly remember the first time I chose to be mute. I remember my childhood bedroom. It was like this like bright pink, but almost purple, like periwinkle color. I felt like a princess in there, And but this night it was dark. The light was off. Um, I had a bad day at my cousin's house because I don't know, most days there were really bad. There's a lot of reasons, man. Some people just shouldn't have kids, and honestly, I think that includes my parents. I don't think I should have been born. But anyway, yeah, after all that, I felt like, yeah, my mom was getting on my case about something or other. And then I was just like, you know what? That's it. I'm just not gonna respond. So then I just stayed quiet for like a good while. Like in my memory, it feels like it was like 2 weeks. Maybe it was just a few days, so maybe it was only a couple of days, but or maybe not. Maybe it was longer. I just remember just actively deciding, you know what? I don't need to dignify these people with my voice. They don't deserve it. Okay. Anyway, the point of that was that I don't think that's a good habit. In fact, they say it's like, I feel like it's something that people who are abusive do. They call it stonewalling, where they just shut down and they don't speak. Also, I can't say I got it from nowhere. I did learn it from my mother. She does this as well when she's not interested in something or she's not pleased with something or her mind is in a different place, she'll just stay silent. And I shouldn't be talking about her like this, honestly. This is why I need to move out. If I can move out and get far away, I don't have to keep bringing up like the dirty laundry. Okay, I could just learn self-control. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I'm cringe. This is not maybe. This is absolutely. I am cringe. I'm a cringe person. My existence is cringe. I should die, honestly. Like, nothing would be lost at all if I was dead. It would genuinely be a net positive for humanity. Which sucks to say. I wish that weren't true. I wish I was someone important, like a doctor. Right? If I was saving lives and I wouldn't be a sack of shit. But um, instead, there's nothing that I'm good at. Meow, 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 meow. I'm fine as long as I'm constantly distracted. Distractions, please, otherwise I'm gonna lose it. This one is kind of a cope. I gave you guys 4 today instead of 3 because I felt like it, but the truth is I'm just addicted to distractions. I'm not sure that... Is it that I'm gonna lose it if I don't distract myself? Or is that I'm afraid? I'm afraid of what my thoughts say. Or I'm afraid of confronting my mediocrity. Or worse, when I'm not constantly distracted. I don't know. Anyway, I want to watch this anime, Lane. I'm worried that I'm not gonna like it that much because things that are overrated, whatever. But I'm also worried that I'm gonna like it too much because, again, things that are overrated. The quote for today: some people, when they do someone a favor, are always looking for a chance to call it in. So this was from Marcus Aurelius' Meditations that I read this morning. I will continue to read most of the rest of the quote. It's not the whole thing, but the important parts. And some aren't, but they're still aware of it, still regard it as a debt. But others don't even do that. They're like a vine that produces grapes without looking for anything in return. They don't make a fuss about it. They just go on to something else as the vine looks forward to bearing fruit again in season. So I chose this one because I want to let you guys know there's no such thing as a free meal. You probably already know this because a lot of you are men, and you know, this is one of the genderisms, but it's also kind of true. Men are probably less likely to be able to be something like a leech or a freeloader and not hear anything about it, right? You probably hear all the time, or, you know, suffer some negative consequences for it. But women, on the other hand, girls, on the other hand, you can make the trade and be a freeloader or accept a favor from someone or a gift from someone, but if it's for nothing is free. You're gonna have to give something, and even like you know, this is kind of an exaggeration, right? It's not that nothing is, but most things aren't, and that's what meditation that line those lines in meditations was getting at. A lot of people, even when they say they're doing you a favor, this is a gift from the heart, they are always either always looking for a way to get something back from you, or even if they say they're not, and maybe they're not, some of them are keeping a tally and keeping tabs, and they still register you as something like a debtor, like you owe something to them, and then therefore it affects how they treat you. But rarer still there are people though who give like a vine gives its fruit, right? Like a vine gives its grapes without expecting anything in return. And then even when it's plucked dry, it'll be back replenished in the next season. Those people are few and far between, I think, probably. Or they're just less likely to be, what do you call it? Um Like, the more generous you are, I feel like the less likely you're gonna have an abundance of wealth or things. The people who the people who are extraordinarily wealthy, you know, they either got there by chance or got there because they're really fucking frugal and they made good business decisions, right? So being overly generous, you know, and not expecting something in return. It's just not the way capitalism works. It's not the way the world works. Anyway, this is my warning to others. It's a warning to myself in the future too. I'm gonna say, I've been listening to stuff lately about trad wife this, trad wife that, the traditional values, society and degeneracy, the internet and degeneracy, whatever. And it's like, it's a trap, is what I'm gonna say. It's potentially a trap. It's not definitely a trap. So there's a chance you find your sweetie, you find your honey, you find your love, and he treats you well, and you have kids, and you raise a family, and you're all happy, right? There is a chance. There is some chance, but it's no guarantee. And, you know, just like this quote, we could say husbands. Some husbands, you know, when they do a favor, they're looking for a chance to call it in. Most husbands don't want to be a vine that's like plucked until it's empty. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just whining, probably because I don't know why I'm whining. I'll stop now. Ah. Okay, thank you for coming to the stream. I love you. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Congratulations to the winners of the Jinxie tournament. It was really entertaining. Good job. Everyone else, hope you had a great Monday. Hope you have an excellent week. I will be back tomorrow. Same time, same place, different bullshit. You know, maybe the IQ tests, maybe a tomboy before success explodes because I haven't been delivering tomboys. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Good night. Bye.